Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new California Lottery $5 Peppermint Payout ticket. This is part of the October 2024 series of tickets that came out in California a little over a week ago. And this one is a number match game, and there are three symbols you can find. There's a candy cane for an auto win, and then there is a 2x symbol and a 5x symbol. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the California Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 4.77, cash odds 1 in 7.42, and it does look like you can win anywhere between $5 and $250,000 on this game. Nothing too crazy stands out. I mean, I think the top prize should be a little bit higher, or the odds should be a little bit lower. One of those two things. But other than that, nothing too crazy stands out. So we do need to mention taxes in California for any prize over $5,000. They're automatically going to take out 24% in taxes. I don't view the tax money as part of the value of a game, and so that is going to affect how I view these top two prizes. So instead of what we see here on the screen, I'm going to view these as $7,600 and then the top prize as $190,000. And with those adjusted prize amounts, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 68 and 69%. This is below the minimum 70% payout that we look for all tickets on the channel. We look for 70% because states can make plenty of money in that 70% range. So for California to put out a $5 ticket at 68% payout is just ridiculous. I mean, it shows that all they care about is money. They don't care about putting out a fair ticket for their customers. So this is definitely not one that I would play just because the payout is so low. Now, the other thing we do need to mention about the payout is that the 68% payout does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to see 68% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning those top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes does happen here at the $100 prize level. Now, again, I got to reiterate, I would never personally play this. I would never recommend anybody play this because of the payout so low. But for those people who are playing it, when they do win, they're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $5 and $100. There is a split there at the $100 prize level. It's about 31 to 69, so a little less than a third of these $100 prizes will fall here in the bottom of the prize structure where average folks are winning. The other 69% of the $100 prizes are going to join all the rest of these prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that only about 1 in every 477 tickets has a top 1% prize on it, which means you are in $2,385 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that's important to note if you are thinking about playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 56 and 57%. And this is also a rough number. We look for a minimum of 60% payout for every ticket we review on the channels. And the reason we look for 60% is because, at least in my opinion, when you're playing here in the 50% range, you just lose your money so fast that, to me, it's not fun to play. And if you're not going to have fun playing, then what's the point of buying the ticket? So yeah, this just overall is not one that I would be interested in. Now, on this page, we're tracking the increases and decreases in California $5 tickets. You can see the Peppermint Payout data point all the way over here on the right. So Merry Christmas from the California Lottery. They just ripped a bunch of value out of, the previous ticket, which was Red Hot Poker, and that ticket had a lot of value come out from the previous ticket before that, Lucky 7. So over the past 2 months, we've seen a massive crash in value for the California $5 tickets. Yeah, this is not right. So whenever I see something like this, I always recommend people don't play the ticket, because with every purchase you make, you are communicating approval of what your state lottery is doing. This is not a situation where you want to communicate approval. You want to say to your lottery people, hey, we see the value going down. We don't like to see it doing that. We don't deserve for our tickets values to go down, and we're not going to buy the tickets when that happens. Aside from that, California is just really weak in the $5 category. Anyways, the best ticket is at 70%, which is not good for a $5 ticket, but every other ticket below that is just garbage. So this is not a good category of tickets to be buying anyways, but I definitely wouldn't buy it with the current situation. Now, if you are playing $5 tickets in California, up here in green, you see the best ticket in every column. So if you're playing for overall value, Lotteria Extra does have the best value of any ticket, any $5 ticket from California that still has top prizes available. If you're playing for odds, Lucky 7 has the best odds. If you are a more conservative player and like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, Lucky 7s has the most money at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. And then if you are more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money, when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, the Big Spin has the most money at the top. And then we are keeping track of top prizes over here as well. Now here on this page, we're ranking California $5 tickets based on overall payout. 68.59 is the third worst. I'm going to go ahead and change these numbers real quick, but it's the third worst $5 ticket we've seen come out in California, which is sad, especially at Christmas. I feel like states should be a little bit more generous at Christmas. California took the other tact. They're being more greedy at Christmas. Definitely a Grinch move on their part. So, yeah, I mean, just I feel like there's just reason after reason to not play this one. Here on this page, we're ranking California $5 tickets based on the bottom 99% payout, so friendliness to the average player. Here, Peppermint Payout is in the middle of the list, but 56%, it's a pretty brutal number for the average folks. There's only really one ticket, the Lucky 7, that gets above that 60% mark, so this would be like an average type ticket. All of these other ones are just... they're not treating their players right with these payouts. Now here on this page, these are the top 35 $5 tickets we've seen from the 6 states that we're looking at on the channel. Notice that California is not on the top 35 list. That means it's not competitive with what other states are doing, specifically Georgia, Florida, and Massachusetts. And we really want to focus in on Massachusetts. I'm not a big fan of the $5 ticket category in any state except for Massachusetts. Massachusetts is the only state that has $5 ticket values where they should be, around the 76% mark, and they do it regularly. But the best $5 ticket we've seen came out of Georgia, was Fast 50s, had 77% payout. And we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out a $5 ticket at 77% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why is California putting out $5 tickets at 68% payout? That's over 9 full percentage points less than what Georgia did with Fast 50s. And that's a huge amount of money when you think about how many tickets go into just one scratch game. One scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the game. Multiply that by the $5 price tag, and that's $50 million wrapped up in just one scratch game. And 9% of 50 million is $4.5 million that the Georgia Lottery put into the hands of its players with this Fast 50s game, that the California Lottery is stealing from its players at Christmas time. And so I hate seeing scratch players get taken advantage of, but the California Lottery is completely doing that on this new Peppermint Payout ticket. Now here on this page are the top 36 tickets for the bottom 99% payout. So this is friendliness to the average player. 56% was not even really close to making this list. So Peppermint Payout, not here. But you can see, we've got some pretty average $5 ticket values here on this list. So it doesn't take much to make the list. It just has to be average. But Peppermint Payout couldn't even do that. Now here on this page, this is to give a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on Peppermint Payout. The best $2 ticket we've seen on the channel also came out of Georgia. It was Fast 20s, had 75% payout. That's over 6 full percentage points more than what you're getting from a more expensive $5 ticket from California. This is backwards. It should never happen that uh, a lower price ticket has a higher payout than a more expensive ticket. Um, yeah, it just shouldn't happen. California should be embarrassed about this. They should be ashamed, and they should be apologetic to their players for giving them a junk ticket like this and stealing their money. Now, here on this page are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. There are no $5 tickets on this list. Probably never will be again, so you can pause that and look at it if you would like. And then here on this page are the top 36 friendliest tickets. So the average players, so highest payout for the bottom 99% of prizes. And here we have that $5 Fast 50s ticket at the top of this list, beating out all of the $10, $20, $30, $50, $100 tickets from other states. So at least by this metric, $5 tickets can be very competitive if they have a high enough payout and the prize structure is done in a particular way. But that's about it for the California Lottery $5 Peppermint Payout ticket. It's junk. I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't recommend anybody play it. I definitely wouldn't buy it for anybody for Christmas. It's just it's just a bad ticket. The overall payout's so low. A bunch of value has been taken out in the last 2 months from the $5 ticket category. It's a really rough ticket for the average player. So yeah, lots of reasons to just leave this one on the shelf and maybe pick up something else. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.